Hey guys, so in this video I want to talk about awareness, and I want to talk about how our emotions and our feelings change our awareness. It changes what we are aware of. It changes the way we perceive something, the way we are conscious of something. It changes that. So for example, if our emotions are joyful, if we're happy and we're excited, then what we are aware of, the way that we look at ourselves, the way we look at a situation, the way we perceive something now changes. Now it is layered. We start to see through the lenses of excitement. If we are emotionally feeling very, very grateful, we emotionally feel this gratefulness and this gratitude, then the lens that we see through is gratitude. So when we look at ourselves, we are grateful for the things in our life. When we are looking outside at maybe just at a group of people, we're grateful that they are in our life. We are grateful that they are happy. We're grateful that they have food and shelter, or they have this opportunity to do these things. It influences the lens that we see through. And this lesson's about understanding a little bit more about our subconscious mind. Because when our emotions are affecting the things that we are conscious of, the things that we are aware of, this becomes another reason, another understanding of the power of our emotions, the power of our feelings, and like the effects that it's having. Because, we talk about how our emotions and our feelings affect our thoughts. But it's not just affecting, when we say affecting our thoughts, and we have 60 to 70,000 thoughts, but we're not aware of all of them, right? Our conscious mind is only 5 to 10% for most people. That means the thoughts that we are conscious of. But when our emotions, the emotions and the feelings are governing the subconscious mind, the emotions and the feelings determines all of those other 90 to 95% of all the thoughts. And when the emotion, but the thoughts are actually in the form of being conscious of something. The thoughts, those thoughts, based on the emotions and the feelings, is actually connected to becoming aware of something. It's not the type of thoughts that we have in our head that we can hear really loudly. So let me explain this. In another perspective. Imagine, right? Because they've done studies, to figure out that on average a person has that many thoughts, 60 to 70,000 thoughts. That's a lot of thoughts. And if we were to go and be aware and just try to listen to all of the thoughts that we have throughout the day, do you think we can actually count that many thoughts? It's a lot of thoughts. And so the thoughts that we're having, we're not able to count so many because that's a lot. And when we try to become aware of it, the awareness that we have of our thoughts is only going to be about 5 to 10%. And I'm sure we can increase that percentage, but it's not going to be something like 100%. So the question goes, where are these other thoughts? Where are the rest of these thoughts that lie in the subconscious mind? I want to say it in that way. And these other thoughts that are in the subconscious mind are represented, they're experienced. We are expressing it through the way that we see things. We are expressing it through the way that we perceive ourselves, that we perceive a situation, that we perceive our life, that we perceive others. The way we perceive something, the way we look at something, the lenses that we look through, those are the other thoughts. Those are the 90 to 95% of all of our thoughts. They are in the form of the way we see something. Okay, it's very, very different. One type of thought is the conversation that's loud in our mind. This other thought is on the consciousness level. It's on the way that we see something. It's what we are aware of. We all have a self-awareness of ourselves. Like, we look at ourselves in a certain way. It's not simply just, who am I? I'm Mike. Who are you? You're Joe. No, it's more than just a name. It's more than just, I'm a man, he's a woman, or he's a woman. It's more than just titles. There is I am this type of person. I like these things. I don't like these things. I feel about these things, my preferences. There's all of these things, but we don't consciously think of it all the time. I'm not walking around going, this is who I am, this is what I like, this is what I have, this is what I do, this is, right? We don't do that, but yet it's represented in everything that we do. And the reason why it's represented in everything that we do, as far as walk, talk, choices, everything, the reason it's represented that way is because we see ourselves in a certain way. And the way that we see ourselves is basically what I'm talking about. Our consciousness of ourselves. That is influenced and determined by our emotions and by our feelings. If I am feeling joyful, and excited, then I might see myself as like this person who's playful. I'll start to be more playful. I will do something really, really silly. I see myself as this fun person, right? I'll see myself as a energetic person. Oh yeah, and I'm walking around with all this energy and everything's awesome. If I have the emotions of worry, of stress, I have the emotions of worry and stress and fear. So then now I see myself as maybe a victim, as a victim of this event that's happening. I see myself as a victim, somebody who's going to get hurt. Maybe somebody who's, maybe I feel powerless, and I feel powerless. So then I would act in that way. Someone goes, man, you can do anything you want in the world. I go, yeah, but really we're still limited. I can't do this. I can't do this. I want to do this and I can't do that and I can't do that. And so what determines these examples that I'm coming up with right now? Because I see myself as being this powerless person, maybe this victim person. And what's getting me to see myself in that way? Because I have these emotions of fear, the emotions of stress, the emotions of worry, you see? So that's the power of our emotions. That's the power of our feelings. That's how it changes everything we do. It changes our entire life because of that. So I'm gonna wrap it up. So in summary, all right, to summarize it all, our emotions and our feelings are affecting every part of our life. And the way that it affects it is because it changes the way that we are conscious of ourselves. It changes the way that we are conscious of other people. It changes the way that we see things. Basically changes our perception. And if we have positive emotions, we have positive perceptions about things, and vice versa. If we have negative emotions, then we are perceiving everything in a negative way. But the things didn't change. Our emotions changes, and that affects the way we see things. Now that we know that, it becomes another motivation to go and ensure that our emotions and our feelings are as best as possible. So that's it. Thank you guys.